Hey everybody, your boy Tony from Cali, KTFC Channel 63. I'm out here with my main man out here in Albertson. What's your name, man?
Yeah, I'm Ismail Haugabook Sr, actually. Okay. And I'm out here too, just on the street overall at this point. But it's kind of been a dilemma. And lo and behold, here's mobile TV just kind of rolled up on me here. I take it as a platform that maybe I can, voice some very recent, very current concerns, based on, again, my dilemma here. I've been actually in Vegas for about 10 years.
Okay.
Coming from the West Coast, primarily California. But again, right now, I would like to tell a story. I would like to at least tell of my current events, that I'm actually on the street just trying to ponder to see if I can come up with some solutions. And I'll go into that.
So where you from originally?
Born and raised in Detroit, been halfway around the world, or most parts of it. Lived in Brazil, lived in Asia for a while, military, of course. Pretty much at this point.
You're a veteran?
Santa Monica. Yeah, I'm a Navy veteran.
Okay.
Electronic engineering type veteran.
Wow.
Which has served me up until fairly recent, I guess. But however, I'm just kind of on the street at this point. Hoping that, some avenue, specifically a video avenue, takes advantage of, people that are actually here, real people, to actually find out, hey, all these people on the street, particularly us black men, we seem to be outnumbered, especially here in Las Vegas on the street, relatively helpless or in most cases homeless, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's amazing that, we have stations that run around daily, at least looking at the big picture. The murders, the tragics of life, etc. But they're only, for my opinion, looking at it on a superficial level.
Right.
Nobody seems to look at why and how and who these people are that ended up into maybe some of these situations. But however, that's just my thought on that.
I can relate, because like I said, I was homeless for about 4 months, and I'm still kind of going through a transition myself right now. I'm just at one of the little weekly spots right now. Little weekly places.
I think so.
I'm at one of the weekly apartments. I'm at one of those right now, and I designed this system so I could come out and talk to the homeless people. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. A lot of people don't want to talk about their situation, and I can understand that, because like I said, I was at that point when I started doing this when I was homeless. I said I call myself the homeless broadcaster. That's what I was. That was my title at the time.
It's kind of ironic, though, it's so many black people and black men in particular,
right, that
are homeless in $1 billion city. We have literally $1 billion right here in this establishment next to us.
Right.
People are just playing with money, and other people are just absolutely suffering and dying almost, as a result of no money. So, it's kind of ironic in that respect.
Yeah.
But, but as far as being the homeless, it's an amazing thing that there's so many people of color that seem to be in the same dilemma across the board. I mean, everyone you ask, they've either been homeless, currently homeless, or facing homelessness pretty soon.
How long have you been homeless?
I haven't, and I'm not at this point, and I'm trying not to be. But it's a point that I wanted to make just because it's so relevant at this moment for so many people.
Okay.
But my situation overall is a thing to where, guess what? I spent most of my life in television, in professional television broadcasting, okay?
Wow.
Right now, I'm an electronic maintenance engineer, what you call in television a broadcast maintenance engineer. Currently, I am unemployed, and I have been unemployed for the last 2 years, specifically coming out of a Channel 3 right here in Las Vegas.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
The situation being is the result of one individual that is very twisted, that is very, one of the most egotistic people that I've ever seen. He seems to have prided himself, and maybe even a little further than that, but somehow he projected the fact that he was a descendant, either great-great-grandson or something of that nature of Al Capone.
Okay.
Now, at Channel 3, most people that were there at the time were literally afraid of this person.
Channel 3 out here?
Yeah, this is Channel 3.
Okay.
This is Channel 3 right here in Las Vegas.
Okay.
They call themselves HD News 3.
Okay.
Okay? Situation. Again, I was terminated based on I didn't call one night after 3 years of faithful employment, of gainful employment, of dedicated employment, of very, contributing, job-wise on my part. No professional problems, no professional write-ups, no performance reviews that indicated that there was any hint of any problems.
Right.
As far as my professional standard. Come from 40 years of background at this point almost, okay? Situation. I was terminated, okay? Because I didn't call in one night. Metro showed up at my house the next morning based on a request of the station manager. So I was told, based on the fact that it was so unusual for me not to come to work. Okay? There was nothing inappropriate. They came in. I invited them in, actually. They looked around, we discussed the situation of why they was, maybe called there based on the request of the manager of the station.
Okay.
But however, all and gone. But I've just learned recently, in the last several days here, off the record, that for some reason, after going to Atlanta, Georgia, being formally flown to Atlanta by CNN, that's for a reason I've just learned again recently. The words I was not hired for CNN. Situation now stems from the fact that I was given now a bad reference from the same individual that, that's currently still at Channel 3 by the name of Tony Selma.
Wow.
The descendant of Al Capone. Somehow, I've been told off the record by sources at CNN. However, again, I'm just basically reflecting on the current event, learning of the fact that I've been given a bad reference, currently out of Channel 3 here at Vegas, based on one particular individual that's still director of engineering situation. I've been told again by CNN, this is off the record sources that have informed me that the reason I was not hired for a position that I was very well suited for was because of a relatively negative reference that they obtained talking to a former manager here at Las Vegas. Again, my name is Ismail Haugabook, and I'm glad that I've had the opportunity to at least present some of my current reality, hoping that I can go forward, hoping that perhaps even I can be a part of this ongoing street scene to inform specifically those of us here in Vegas, what the real deals are, what the real situation is presented to us on a day-by-day basis. Life here seems to be in abundance for those that are just visiting or those that are injected either by the United States Air Force or, circumstances that seem to be in their favor. A lot of us here seems to be somehow always behind the 8 ball in spite of what our contributions are, what we are capable of, or anything of any likes. However, that's the end of my story at this moment, hoping to go forward. Thank you for listening and watching. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Your boy Tony from Cali once again on the streets, Hptv. I want to let you know what Hptv stands for, by the way, because you probably don't know. Hptv stands for Helping People TV.
There you go.
That's the reason I came up with that. And I started off, like I said, our stories are very similar.
Either it's about time that we all jump out and jump on a platform of this nature, or we just fissure our way into black, man. Just fade to black gracefully.
Exactly. He's an engineer. He's been an engineer for how many years?
I've been 40 years of my life, since coming out of the U.S. Navy, way back in the middle 70s. Okay, I've been in television, starting with Tad Turner. The same CNN group is the same group that I started with back in 1974. Okay. And so here I am.
Wow.
2016, and I'm set on the street. Okay? But again, the platform and obviously the coincidences seem to be either circumstantial or they're not. Why is there so much of this happening to so many of us across the board? Consistently, constantly, on a day-by-day basis. How many stories are out there? If you have one, I think everybody should try to come on board and at least openly discuss this. It's about time, folks.
That's why I'm out here, Hptv. You heard it. Like I said, I'm out here right now in the Albertson parking lot over here on Maryland Parkway in Flamingo. I'm Tony from Cali. That's my stage name. broadcasting. What you think about my mobile broadcasting unit? What you think about that?
I think it's a very good initiative. Actually, I saw you one day just in passing, and I commended you on it. You know, but I take your initiative as really a great thing, man. You should carry on and get as many stories, at least on the real side, as possible.
That's what
I think
I'm here for.
you have the audience. I think truly there's enough airspace, just not web space, but airspace. Guess what? Everybody has about 500 channels now at home, if you're getting cable or if you're off the DirecTV in particular. So, hey, you know what? Why not get off of some of those, you know, autopsies after the homicide has went down, or some of them jailhouse stories, you know, with so many of us sitting in it. And I do say us because we are somehow the majority. But on the other hand, why not get into watching and listening to some real situations that are taking place out here? Maybe in reflecting and hearing some of these things, you know, maybe we can start making some changes to do something about this. Because obviously it ain't getting no better, or it's not going to get any better. So therefore, why not take a stand at this point?
I was going to say, do you have any information where people can reach you? Because they're going to be seeing this broadcast on my Facebook, and it's going to be on my YouTube. And then that way they can, you know, contact you. What's your name again?
I'm Ismail Haugabook. Ismail Haugabook Sr.
Okay.
Okay, that's a biblical name, as some people say, etc. But it's my name. It's the name that I've had all of my life, and I carry that. I am not a foreigner. I am a United States Navy veteran, etc. Okay. This is my car.
So that was the thing that I was trying to do, is I wanted to be able to connect people with different organizations, and he's giving me his business card here. Digital Technical Services, Media Broadcast Engineer. Wow. This is exactly the kind of stuff that I always wanted to do. I always wanted to be a broadcaster, and so I started doing it right when I got laid off. I started doing this.
You should have been doing it all along.
Well, let me just say, no, I was doing it. I was doing it before then, but the thing about it is, once I got laid off, I lost my house. I had a couple cars. I lost the cars I had, then
just things. In other words,
it's just things. And I learned that. I had to learn that. I had to learn the hard way. And I had a lot of cameras, and I had all this studio equipment, but I wasn't doing anything with it. I was occasionally I would come out and I would do a broadcast with these cameras, the cameras I have now. And I was working so much. I was in an environment where I was working so much, trying to make money, and I wasn't being out here with the people. So after I got laid off, I was homeless. I was homeless for about a month, actually a couple months. I actually stayed in my van. I had a van, and I had a van hooked up with TV, microwave, VCR, generator. It was crazy. So I was camping out in that for a while, for like 2 months, and then after that, I stayed with a friend because I didn't have any money coming in. Well, all I know is I prayed about it, and I said, you know what, I guess God is good. I got my unemployment, and now it's about to run out. I got probably a couple more weeks of unemployment. But the thing about it is that I'm at the point of just doing what I think is best. It's just broadcast channel I came up with, or I think I put it this way: God gave me this broadcast channel because I was out here and I didn't know what I was going to do. And when I had my cars and my vans and my storages and all these different things that I had, once I lost that, I felt more obligated to do what I'm doing now anyway. So here I am.
Not being funny, but I will say this in the respect of God and the God statements. In my case, for what I've seen, there seems to be a lot of gods here in Las Vegas, Nevada. They seem to come in multi-dimensional aspects, meaning $100 bills or whatever. Most people I see are praying in front of a slot machine or a poker machine. But in my case, I've just kind of wondered about the God thing. But the point is, it's all good in respect of what you've done as far as the channel. I think, again, if people see this based on either internet, either off air, so to speak, trust me, there's a lot of people now picking up TV through their little white pads in the window, so to speak. Okay, there's a little, there's a whole gamut amounts of platforms to get out on. So I think that the world should be able to see you at some point. I think that we should all become extremely familiar with the Hptv concept here in Las Vegas. If you see this guy out here somewhere, at least stop and at least try to give him a moment or two of your thoughts or what have you. I think the more that we express these things, the more that we, collaboratively just kind of gather around and bring these things out, the more beneficial it'll be for all of us in the very end. So, however, that's my little input, And, you know, I hope the world can see this at some point.
Oh, they will see it tonight. I'm going to post it tonight. Thank you so much, man. It's been a pleasure. Like I said, out of all the people that I've talked to a lot of people out here. And a lot of people don't want to be on camera. A lot of people don't want to tell the stories. And when I approached you, that's the first thing you said. You said, yeah, I got a story to tell. And I'll say, that's what I'm here for. Because I've been tinkering around. I call this my broadcaster. I call it the broadcaster instead of broadcasting. And the name of my news channel is called Broadcast News. There you go. Instead of it's called World Broadcast News. So I put this together to help people, and you're really making it happen right now, because a lot of people don't want to talk about the stories. Everybody's mad or angry and they're down, and you know what? We got to be more positive, because we can have more, but we got to take it to that level. We got to show people what we can do. Like I said, you're an engineer. I would have never known that if you wouldn't have told me, and now you're telling the world.
I'm just man on the street, but how?
Engineer for 40 years, right?
Pretty much, yeah, definitely, definitely.
And
but a television engineer, okay?
Television
and
engineer.
That's different. You don't see a lot of us running around. A lot of people have no concept of what we even do. When you're watching TV or anything, even internet now, there's someone somewhere that's providing upkeep for that system. There's someone somewhere that's providing, you know, the flow of that signal, either to your computer, to your house, or where have you. Okay.
So do you deal with a microwave uplink?
Yeah, that's been going on for 50 years now.
But you
microwave, of course. That's what news used all the time.
Right.
But now, guess what? There's no more too many bands running around anymore.
Right.
There's live views and live packs.
Live view, I know,
okay, they based on cellular telephone connectivity and satellite connectivity. Some of them have satellite as a backup.
That's correct.
Okay, that is microwave overall to the bird or to a cell tower. You know, it's in that particular frequency.
I'm definitely familiar with that.
Frequencies are not microwave frequencies.
I know the microwave that's a fading out, dying
microwave,
technology.
as far as the old TV news set, was a 7 gig and a 2 gigahertz. Okay, bandwidth as far as the microwave region, and that's what most stations, you know, did their E&G or electronic news gathering, you know, formats.
I got a couple E&G cameras still.
There you go.
You see the one that's right there, the Vericam?
Okay.
I don't have the Vericam, but I have the P2, the Panasonic P2 cameras that came out.
You got P2s?
In 1990, I mean 2005, I think they came out.
They're still afloat, man.
I got 2 of those.
Still afloat.
And I just don't need them for what I'm doing right now. I don't need them.
Why not? Put them to work, keep them signed up, so to speak. Okay.
Well, I got to do some repairs to work to them.
Yeah.
I bought them off of eBay. I got them cheap.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this, I'm familiar with everything you're saying, and the thing about it is, that's why it's such a pleasure for me to be out here to talk to this guy, because I've always wanted to be in TV and radio, but I'm an audiovisual technician, so I work for the casinos.
It's a lot of
I used to
work.
work for the casinos.
It's a lot of work here. Notice I'm in black as well.
Yep.
I'm stagehand.
Black too.
I'm stagehand 720, matter of fact.
Oh, you stagehand 720?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And
Are they available right now?
They're everywhere. I don't know what the books say, but you should go over on Pinwood and check them out.
I'm gonna go over there in the next.
It's IHPtv.
Yeah,
okay.
On Valley View. I know exactly where they at.
You should have been there.
Yeah. No. Well, let me just tell you. I was taking a break. I wanted to take a break so I could do this, because once you get back in that industry, and it's just money, work, money. You can't do this. You don't have the time to do this. You don't even want to do this.
You have to make yourself do
right.
that. You
Now,
have to make time to do
I want to ask you this. Are you going to the National Broadcasters Convention coming up next week?
I worked it last year, and I hope to work it this year, yes. I was over there this afternoon, yes.
Well, I got credentials to go for free. If you want to go, I would like to. Maybe you can walk around. If you're not working, I'm saying if you're available.
I live right up the street. I'm near Paradise and Sahara. So therefore, I'll meet you whenever you would like to go. Okay. The best thing to catch, if you can, is not just the exhibits, but to catch the actual sessions.
Right.
Engineering sessions start upcoming Saturday. They'll be starting this Saturday.
Yeah, I don't have credentials.
There's a lot of great production sessions that are going to take place at this NAB. Okay, they're going to do a lot of talks in reference to the IP connectivity, which we all know is taking place.
That's what everybody's doing right now.
Right, but everything now is IP. If you go into a broadcast environment, such as Channel 3 or 8 or what have you, there's not a lot of videotape, if any. There's not a lot of people just kind of moving this and that. It's all file-based. Everything is talking to everything else via an IP networking, okay? The bottom line is they're talking, or will be talking more this year, specifically about the IP aspect in a production situation. Instead of you sitting there holding this mic,
Familiar with it? I'm familiar with it.
may now be
All wireless.
a way of automating it, you know, which is wireless now pretty much. But it'll be a different platform eventually. So
Yeah.
it's
Well, I'm familiar with the live view packs and all those different systems that they came up with. I've been watching them, the Terror Deck, the live view, all these different ones that they came up with in the last 5 or 6 years. I started really seeing them, and I was studying them, and I wanted to get a system.
if you had one right now, my man, boom, you could be to the bird, you could be.
Yeah, but you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it on a cheaper platform. I'm gonna do it. You know what the easiest way to do it now is just using a cell phone.
I know. That's what I'm
cell
saying. You
phone.
could be on the cell network because that's what live view also uses primarily.
If you just use you can use an iPhone or just a cell phone and live.
You connect to perhaps four carriers at one time.
Right.
Okay. To keep
Bondable
that
modems.
covered.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
This guy, man, I tell you, I am so excited. This is the first time I met anybody out here that knows that's in this technology, and I meet a lot of people out here that are on the street and they're doing things, and that's what I want to talk about. We got a lot of gifted people that are out here, and this is what this channel is all about. HPTV, you need to connect with this guy. Give him your information again.
Okay, again, my name is Ismail Haugabook. I have a little company at this point called Digital Technical Services. We're primarily geared at the high-end broadcaster specifically, or the video production, facility, or crews in terms of if you're, coming into town, you're trying to do something here. We can support you in all respects, primarily from a technical perspective, though, okay? If there's equipment needs, we can help you ascertain some equipment based on the major, equipment providers here in town, and there are several of them here that provide pretty much everything that can and is required for either, a small-scale production or a large-scale. But however, that's what I do, and that's, what I'm about.
Man, it's a pleasure meeting you, man. I'm gonna get on out of here. Once again, we're gonna sign off. HPTV, you need to contact this guy. I'm gonna be connecting with him and networking with him because, like I said, there's a lot of people that have a lot of knowledge out here, a lot of skills, and we need to all now start to invest somehow, right?
Right, just collaborate, put them together, and we should all at least identify ourselves and come together somehow, and at least powwow about something. Okay, other than the garbage, other than blowing money or this or that, we should at least try to do something positive, something collective, and something very meaningful that can carry on, and at least give those of us that are darker than daylight, give us some sort of platform to where we can exist, we can prosper as, just as the rest of this community, strives on a day-by-day basis.
Wow. Man, thank you so much, man.
Okay, man.
Once again, HPTV, and for the people that don't know who I am, computer animation, three-dimensional holographic digital video broadcast special effects engineer / senior audiovisual engineering telecommunications specialist / broadcaster and producer of my reality show, Tony from Cali Reality, born in 1963, all in HD, and this is HPTV bringing it to you live. HP63, Bro Pro Mobile Broadcaster, Tony from Cali Reality, and we out.
See you. Good, man. 63. I got 11 years. I got 11 years on.
No, yeah, 11 years. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. You don't look it though, man. You look good. You look really good, man.
I've lived a good life up until this. Thank you, man.
Wow. We're gonna put that on there, man. I had to get in contact.